on this maiden edition, I have my first guest who will be talking to me on what what women do basically with their hair and how they tend to look beautiful. I have the privilege to have Owelle Evaristus, one of the honorable members of the House of Parapo on 99.9 Kiss FM. Chief Owelle Evaristus, welcome to this maiden edition.
You confusion me. I'm not the chief. I'm an Owelle, and Owelle is the higher chief title. That is the chief, is the junior brother of an Owelle. My name is Owelle Evaristus, Eucharistus, Charistus, Sistus, all the Kurala, Buruburu of the Igbo kingdom. That is how we did it. That is a proper introduction for an Owelle for me.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to do that chief title, but I think I tried.
You have tried, of course. Don't worry, send me your account number, I will play for you. We already hand on
Please,
it.
I can just quickly write it down for you now and pass it to you.
When we finish, so that you don't like your account number, that people might just collect your money on the airwave.
Why are you doing like this? It can't fly on the airwave.
What I want is, if you send me the account, I will go home and do fasting and play on it, and I pray on top of it. When I finish playing, the Lord will answer your prayer. That's
why
all.
are you doing this kind of thing now? Because this kind of chief that is more than the second chief, the chief,
Yes.
Abby.
That is the way it
it's
is.
a pleasure having you.
Of course, yes.
First things first, like I said,
privileged.
it's our maiden edition of the morning call, the first ever program we have on Clearview Television. Can you just pray for our program as a higher chief?
As a chief that I am, I want to first of all say that the people that are going to come here are going to be people of timber and caliber.
Amen.
People of obeti, akacha, and oak.
Amen.
That includes apple and different kind of vegetable soup. They're going to be here right from the left. Even presidents, governors will come here. Nigerian police will look for you people. In fact, as I'm talking to you, EFCC will find their way here.
Excuse me?
It's a prayer now. Is EFCC not a human being?
EFCC coming to find us in what sense? Are we going to?
No, for example, their guests, they can bring an EFCC person that they want to sentence to prison and bring him here to come and sit down. Before you go to prison, they will come and video. Imagine when they bring somebody like Dasuki here. It's a high-profile individual.
So our profile will now go.
It will go up. You see, maybe you can see that Clear TV. Clearview, thank you. Clearview TV bringing Dasuki for Clearview. So he would not need.
Chief, that kind of prayer. We'll think about it.
Mulia Kalibata is going to be here. Marabajabo is going to be here. Chief Pamenga Shawu is going to be here. Possibly Mr. Speaker can even come here.
No, we'll have them.
The prayer I'm praying for you people is that you're going to reach more people and pass more information to the people. Because the way Nigeria is, we are not hearing it again. It's like the whole of Nigeria, we have ear problem. So we need what is going to be seen us and what we're going to be seen. That is what we should look at. So possibly it's going to be a good one. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Chief Evaristus.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming on the program this morning. But like you saw, we just went with Uju's report and what women do to look beautiful. And you heard what she said. She said a lot about women's hairdo, how they tend to look beautiful and all that. Do you have anything to actually add to that? Because the men folks need to also learn from this.
Yeah, well, of course, I want to say that I am highly excavated that as a human being that I have a normal natural human hair. That as I'm here now, if I go to Babin Saloon, highest I will spend 1,500. That is if I want to spend there. I can decide to go to Kalamajiji or even go to Kubu across where I can spend 350 naira, 250 naira. I'll just barb any style I want. So it's the benefit of being a man. But as a woman, I have discovered that before, a woman, for example, look at your hair, it's fine. When you lose this one now, it's gone.
But
you
what
see,
is
it's
that?
gone.
It's not
but
gone.
What I mean is, okay, you can wash it.
No, I don't wash it.
So you're using your hair for washing and setting.
Oh my God.
This woman.
Oh my
But
God.
what I want to say is that the way women are causing problem because of this wigging something is a total share badash. Yes, it's a total share. Why? Because I don't know why a woman will wake up in the morning and you go and buy a hair that you don't even know where it came from. I heard one, they said it's Peruvian. I heard the other one, they said it's Mauritian. I heard the other one, they say it's Indiana. I heard the other one, they said it's... In fact, very soon, as I'm telling you, in fact, let me remind you, there's a woman I knew when she was growing up. She was about 15 years that time. She was wearing one wig. As I'm talking to you now, she's married. She has a Pekin. The Pekin now is the one wearing the wig on behalf of the woman. I am telling you.
Owelle.
Now, the problem is, they wear the wig until the wig becomes heavy on the head. They will come and be hitting the head and hitting the head. Tell me why you will not be hitting it. A Peruvian hair, how much is it? It is 450,000.
No,
450,000 will buy you a golf.
That's something you can use over time, just like you mentioned.
That is what I'm saying. You can also use a golf 3 or golf 4. You can use it over time. If you buy a Bolivian hair 450,000, you carry 450,000 and go to Kaduna Road. You buy a full golf Or you can even buy a rand that can build 3-bedroom flat. That's what you are carrying on your head. You're carrying a full golf on the top of your head and a full rand on top of your head. Why would not be helping you? That is the question.
But the issue here is we're not saying it's one difficult thing. Yes, you get
Actually,
to buy.
it is because it's the man that provides the money. It's the man.
Of course.
Why not?
But we still have women that work and
what
get
I
their
say
money.
is this: I think women are very insensitive. When you talk insensitive, that means they don't have human sympathy. For example, if you want to carve your eyebrow, what do you do? Some of you that God give plenty eyebrow, you go and use razor blade 10 naira. You buy 10 naira razor blade and you crepe it. After you crepe it, you come and use eye pencil and dilute what you want there. Some of you drew it and they come and join and they look like you are what do you call it? Synchron. That's movie.
Excuse me. Please. I'm still a lady here.
I'm just suggesting.
No.
Why not just barb your head and still buy the same razor blade and sharpen the eye pencil and draw the style you want to draw on your head? If you want the one that fall here, side pattern, you draw it and put the side.
Oh, really? I take an exception to that.
Don't worry, I forgive you.
I forgive you too. But seriously,
yes.
What we're looking at basically was what women do to look beautiful. And I appreciate the women
Actually,
when they look beautiful. Because this hair, look, just like you're saying, the issue of money funds in which we put into this. When we have this hairdo, we don't need to come to you every now and then say, want to buy Peruvian for 400,000 or want to buy Peruvian for 50,000 or there about 100,000. With these, you can look good. You can still use the weave on over time.
But the problem now is, after you look good wearing the Peruvian hair or whatever you call it, when we now finish, you come and remove it. It will now look like and with another man inside the house. It's confusing. Because you are wearing the hair and the makeup, you are fine. You come and remove the hair. Some of the women, if they remove the hair, you find out that they have garop, like they have the Nigerian kind of load garop on top of their head. Some of them, if they fall, the rain can stay in the head. Yes.
Please, I don't love
anyways, on a lighter note, don't even blame me.
That's on a lighter note. Please, ladies, don't mind my guests.
Yes, sorry about it. Because you come and begin to swear for me from where you are.
Oh my God. I'm having an amazing time with my guest, Owelle Evaristus, this morning. I'm sure you need to listen to him more often, but quickly, let's just move away from that. Jude, great job. God bless you. Well done for that awesome report.
Thank you.
But let's move away from that and talk about some importance in Nigeria. The president, some days ago, had declared a state of emergency in the water sector, water sanitation, and also Nigeria was ranked #2 in the world for open defecation. And that brings me to my guest asking, why would Haiti be able to go through that part and they're not seen as the #2 or the #1? After India, Nigeria is now seen as #2 in the world in the issue of open defecation. In that sense, does it make any sense for us?
Well, they cannot win us in everything. In sport, we are lacking behind. In economic, we are lacking behind. In everything that makes the country a giant of Africa, we are lacking behind. So at least, let us be the #2 in open defecation. At least we win something.
Are you serious?
Yes, because, in fact, let me tell you, we are growing. Nigeria is growing. The last time I check it, we are the headquarters for poverty in the whole world. In the whole world, we are the #1. India itself is behind us. So they cannot be cheating us in everything. They will cheat us in production of motor, cheat us in economic, cheat us in everything they want to cheat us. So we have to have where we are going to. So becoming the second, I think they cheated us there too. We should be the first.
Are you serious?
Yes.
But let me remind you, today is World Toilet Day.
Yes.
And if the UN or the world is looking at us World Toilet Day, what would have been the measures to avert this open defecation? I don't think we should be ranking in something that has to paint us in the negative light. Well, if we want to rank good,
I'm a businessman, and as a businessman that I am, there's this common saying we used to say that every publicity is a good one, whether it's bad or good. At least you're in the face of the people. You are in the front of the people. That is important. Now, first off, I want to say that the federal government declaring it a state of emergency is an understatement. It's a total shell badash. It's a waste of time and energy. Why would they be declaring it state of emergency when we have headsmen and Boko Haram destroying different states that you're supposed to put on head? What do you call it? Collect me. That is state of emergency. Thank you very much. State of emergency.
I thought it was state.
Now, it's skate now, STATE, skate.
Please, it's state of emergency.
It's the same thing we are saying. It's just that you have accent. Me, I don't have accent problem.
As an Igbo man.
Yes,
okay.
As an Igbo man. My accent is Queens of English
okay.
tone. So what I am saying in essence is that the state of emergency matter that they have dealt is a wrong move. Why? Because if you look at it, the federal government have not dealt what they are supposed to be dealing. For example, When was the last time in this whole of Abuja that I am armed? I don't know about other state, but in Abuja I am armed. When we talk about sanitation, when I was growing up as a pikin, there was one time that scout people used to go around. If you don't sweep your domot, they will carry you and you pay money. So in the morning on Saturday, you have to sweep your domot. But right now, we don't have it again. I don't know if it is old age that is causing it. I don't need it. Because if somebody is getting old, you leave some kind of habit. You understand? So I don't even need whether we're going to say that is the economy that is causing it. Now, the federal government have stopped sanitation. Now, after they stop sanitation, we have discovered that right now, as we're talking now, we don't have public toileting kept in open places. For example, I am walking on the road, I'm inside the taxi or I'm inside the motor, and I am feeling some Boko Haram and the headsmen fighting inside my stomach, and I want to go and drop it somewhere, and I come down from the motor. There is no public toileting. In fact, the public ones that are even available are not clean enough. You expect me to carry my clean body and go and enter somewhere where if I finish, I'm there. Now, that is, before you know, I've removed my clothes. You think I'm a mad person? So I cannot make that kind of mistake. What I would do is to quietly go inside the bush where there is air. At least you have fresh air. But the only problem is that when you go there, you see bird looking at you while you are busy doing your business, which is wrong. So open defecation is an issue that the federal government can handle only when they provide the amenities. You cannot say that you are declaring open defecation and the scale of emergency when you have not provided where people will go and do it. If you go to places like Kubwa, you go to places like Rugbe, Malaba, Bagba, Kalibo, all those places, if you go there, I'm telling you that if there are 20 houses there, only 4 or 5 has toilet. That means the rest of the people, where do they go to toilet? And some of these places, they have liver. Like in Bagba, I knew, they have liver in Bagba that come all the way from Mountains, Kilimanjaro, sorry, what do you call it, Usman Dam. That water come all the way from Usman Dam, all the way to, I don't even know where it is going. Okay. But it is very wrong. My point is, that water, people cook from it. People used to cook, people used to drink it. People used to bath, people used to wash clothes. Now, the problem is, some of those waters are polluted. Why? Because people go there to defecate. People go there to throw away dustbins. There is no proper disposal of waste management in the country.
All right, Evaristus, before you move further, you know, recently in the news, we've had 29 states that have been affected by cholera, and this has killed over 1,000 plus of citizens across the state. And you just mentioned the fact that this water is being contaminated or is being infected by the open defecation. And what's the way forward for the government? Yes, we have issues with the toilets, not enough toilets in public places for people to have access to.
That's one.
And then we have the issue of water. The same source in which the water is coming out from is the same source this thing still washes into. What would have been the perfect or the better way out for the government at this point?
Now, what we have in Nigeria, the problem we have in Nigeria is what they call structural issue. That is the house that they have finished building in Nigeria. The house is now like this. The house is doing shaku shaku. What do you call it? Is it the one that you do and you come and close your eye? That one, I don't even know what they call it. But that is madness. That is the dance that Nigeria is doing now. You know why I'm saying so? Because it's a structural issue. For example, we're talking about potable water. We don't have potable water in this country. So people are paying for water, they're not even seeing the water. So people are resorting to buying pure water and the bottled water. Now, if there is provision for potable water, in fact, I don't even knew what the administration has been coming and going and becoming and going and doing it. You have 4 years. All we're asking you to do is in these 4 years, 1, prepare the load. Number 2, fix the health sector. Number 3, provide those basic communities. Number 4, give us education. If you can give us this, carry all the money and go. We don't care. Yes.
Are you serious?
We don't. Nigerians don't care. If you give us these 4 things, that if I get up now, I'm going to Imo State, I can decide to drive my car in less than 5 hours. I'm in Imo State. That is fine. I want to go to a hospital. I'm not feeling fine. I want to go to a hospital. I don't have to export myself like a goose to America to go and take medical tourism. No. I will just go to a medical health care and take care of myself. You provide it. That is fine. For example, I want water. I go to a nearby place where they sell water. I can buy cheap water that is affordable and healthy. Now, some people go as far as importing water they want to drink from Europe with Nigerian money. Let me ask you a question. How many of these our public servants you think that they drink the normal bottled water you drink? What they drink is high-Q medicated water. And that high-Q medicated water, the rest time I imported the container of it, it was highly inflammable. If you know what I mean.
Okay.
It's highly inflammable.
I hope I understand what you're saying.
If you don't understand it, you have to Google it.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. So my point is, I don't like the fact that in a country like Nigeria, we are still talking about sanitation, open defecation, and all these things. The manifesto of these parties that are coming out for political elections does not even relate with the people in Nigeria at all. It does not.
Okay. All right. It's awesome that you just raised the issue of the politicians and all that.
Yes.
Recently, I know we've talked so much about the open defecation and water sanitation, which was ranked one of our major challenges in the country from the presidency. I'm looking at let's move away from that. Let's look at the politics.
Before everyone begin to smell. When you look at defecation,
recently in the news, we had Adams Oshomo, the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress Party, and the Senate President, Bukola Saraki, at loggerheads in words over who's supposed to leave and who is honorable or who is moral enough to be able to sit in the political space. What's your take on that?
Actually, both Oshomore and the Senate President, Bukola and Kanabo Saraki, the two of them are suspect in my eye. Yes, why I say they are suspect in my eye is because I don't trust those two people. The way they are behaving like husband and wife. After they come out outside, finish, and fight, and fight, and fight. Neighbors will try to settle them. When they finish settling them, they will go inside the house. We don't hear anything again. That is what they are doing.
Well, they are from different political parties.
Yes! But let me tell you. You see, a lot of Nigerians misunderstand what is happening in the political arena. I'm there. I'm a honorable member of the Honorable House of Parapo, so I know what I'm saying. So if you believe me, it's for your own good. If you don't believe me, it's still for your own good. Because prevention is better than cure. These politicians we're talking about, what you don't know is that they hang out to the same place. They go to the same polo club. In fact, they go to the same club to go and party. In fact, let me tell you, if you don't know it, they have the same recreational facilities they even attended to. So when you see them on the internet, on the television, swaying for this one, swaying for that one, swaying for this one, swaying for that one, when they leave that television scene, they go back inside the parlor and they sit down and they click their glasses and they drink and they feel excited. They will look at them and say, look at these fools. Nigerians, they don't need anything. They will be busy packing money. And they will make us, the Nigerian people, to be hating each other. Because, for example, if I'm a follower of Salaki and you're a follower of Oshomore, I will not like you. Yes! It will be like I'm a Christian, you're a Muslim. I don't like you.
And that brings us to the issue of Nigeria being a religious nation, where we have to have all the whole drama, the ethnicity comes into play, the religious comes into play, and it's not just playing off. What can we do as Nigerians?
Now let me try and provide a solution for that, because let's look at it like this. You are traveling on the road, God forbid, you come and get an accident. After you get to the accident, they come and take you to the hospital. Let me ask you one question. Would you ask the person who is the doctor if he's a Muslim or a Christian? John, answer my question. No, you will not ask. If they want to give you blood, will you ask them if the blood they're going to give you is from a Christian or a Muslim's blood? No, you will take it. So Nigerians have to come to the point where we need to find out that they are taking us to play Koso. You know what Koso is? When you do it like this, it will not be turning and turning and turning. You just be roughing until you fall. Now that's what they're taking us to do. You have to be careful, because these people, all they care about is not you. They care about their bank account in Switzerland. They care about their investment outside this country. How many of their children are schooling in Nigeria? That's what you ask yourself. All my pickings, even me, I went to Nigeria in school. Well, I did not go to school actually. I actually went to a business school. Because as I'm here, I have my PhD. I have my doctorate degree. I have all the degree in business. So I don't care. But my point is, this shows you the state of the economy of Nigeria. For example, if the politicians we have in this country are patronizing our educational system and patronizing our healthcare system, do you think our healthcare is going to be in the theoretical form that it is now? Or our educational sector is going to be like the lukewarmness that it is? Because if you look at it, there are many graduates that come out from the university. As I'm talking to you now, they cannot even make a full sentence. Because in my shop, I have graduate people who are working for me. Some of them themselves can't even spell their father's name. In fact, some of them are not even sure they went to school. If you ask them, which school did you graduate? I am not sure, but I think it was around Enugu Road. That school that is around. It's confusing.
All right, before we overstretch our graduates, I know some issues, looking at what's happening with ASU right now. You've just mentioned the issue of the graduate working for you and having issues. ASU has been on strike, and they're still at this point where they need to find a balance within the government meeting. They only approved loans for students. What do you think at this point government have to do? I read somewhere where the government was saying ASU's points is valid. They were right to have embarked on the strike. What's your take on this? Finding a balance in the educational sector, just like you talked about the health sector, the education and all that. If we have those basic things met, it will find a balance. What's your take on that?
First of all, I want to create a balance here. I think that the money that we are paying to the public servants in the legislature and in the governor office and all those offices should actually be paid to the teachers and the professors. Yes, because they are the ones who are actually doing the light work. Because when you send your pikin to school and your pikin does not do the light school work that you are sending it to the pikin to go and do it in the school, it is you that will neglect it because the teacher cannot work. Now, if you look at it from a clear point of view, you will realize that it is what we call backsliding, sliding backing.
Excuse me?
Yes, backsliding, sliding backing means that you are finished dancing like Michael Jackson. You come and start dancing like his junior brother.
I don't know. Is his younger brother dancing as well?
He's not dancing.
Okay.
Oh, I thought his younger brother was a dancer too because I see a lot of people wearing Michael Jackson clothes and dance. I thought that they are younger brother of Michael Jackson. So what I want to say is, it's clear. The only way ASU went on strike sometime last year and they stayed for a period of time, it was almost a year. Some of the girls that went home during the strike, they came back as married women. Some of them that went home came back with pregnancy. Some of them never came back. Some of the boys that went home came back as Yahoo boys. Some of the boys that went home came back as armed robbers.
Yeah.
Yes, because if a person is an idle person, you become a workshop for the devil.
Okay.
So this is what they need to do. They need to channel enough resources. If you check the budget of the country and how much they invest in educational sector and how much they used to pay salary of public servant, civil servant, you find that it's a record of us here as servant. Yes.
Okay.
So they need to change the equation. Let us put more money. I remember there was a time in this country that people used to travel from abroad, Ghana, Senegal, DR Congo, all those places to come to Nigeria to come and school. But let me tell you, there is no university in the world that you will go to now that you will not find Nigerian students. Even Cotonou here. Come on, Cotonou. We have Nigerian students in Cotonou as international student. We have Nigerian students in Ghana, Accra, as international student. Our university is depressing.
Okay.
So I think it's time for the federal government to look into the educational sector, because the only way to free a country of challenges in terms of all this Boko Haram issue, terrorism and all that is by educating the people of the country. If they are educationists, their head is going to check it on. That is for a better word. Okay. Because when you
please, this is an English version.
Thank you for the
It's not. Don't go back to
Igbo is a general accepted language.
I know,
okay.
But please let our audience still understand.
All right, don't worry. I'm thinking we're going to be lighting the one I spoke in Igbo on the screen.
All right, still on trendy issues in the news and what's happening. Finally, let me just talk about the minimum wage. That's one major talk we've had going on in the country, where it's from one talk to the next talk, from labor to the government. You know, the tripartite committee had made a recommendation for 30,000, and then the government said it has to take a process to go through it. So let's just in a few minutes, let's just talk about this and know what's the way forward for labor.
First us off, I want to congratulate the members of the Labour Congress for organizing labor for what they are doing. And I also want to borrow them a leaf from my cap, even though I don't wear it here. I think you people should also push for what they call price regulation in the market. Because 30,000 is not enough. Even 100,000 is not enough. I am telling you. Because if they give you 30,000, a man that have one pikin, or maybe a man that, you know how Nigerian people used to bomb pikin. So one person has one room, and you have like 17 children.
No, it's not happening again these days. So.
It's happening as I'm talking to you now.
17?
Yes. You will see the man and his wife and the children, they are wrapping themselves and sleeping in the house.
Oh.
This one will sleep. When you sleep 30 minutes, you wake up, the other one will sleep. You sleep 30 minutes. That's what they are doing.
Really?
It's not good. So, 30,000 is not enough.
Okay.
So what I want to say here is clear. The labor should hold it down. Any governor that said that he cannot pay 30,000, because I heard that the governor said that they cannot pay 30,000.
That some states
vote him out. How can governors leave their state, fly private jets, some of them are chartered flights, They will spend all that money, first class, business class, and all their entourage, and the money they used to go to buy food that will take them from airport to this place, and they'll come and lodge in a hotel and tell me they want to talk about 30,000. That is a total share badash. Any governor that cannot pay 30,000 should be voted out of office. He does not have a business there. He's not illustrious enough. You understand my point? So it's clear that they should push for the 30,000, get it done. Push for price regulation in the market. Because one mudu of rice now in the market is about almost 300 or 400 naira. A bag is about 18,000.
Okay.
So take away 18,000 from 30,000. You have not even bought oil. You've never bought the spices or what do you call it? The other one they call that is cube, where you put inside. You have not bought it. You don't even pay transport to. The money is finished. So how do you pay your children's school fees? How do you even give your wife money for the human hair you were talking about? That means your wife will be beating you in the house.
Well, we pray it doesn't get to that
yes,
point.
Of course.
Well, you actually hit the nail on the head on what the government needs to do and how they need to fix these things. Well, it's been an amazing time having you, Owelle Evaristus. Thank you so much for making our first edition, a maiden edition of the Morning Call quite exciting, especially on the recent happenings, recent issues in the headlines that have been making around the news. Well, we hope to see you soon and the full house of the Parapo, if possible.
Of course, we can make it here.
Okay, we'll look forward to.
But then you people will have to, because if Mula Kilibata is here,
I know,
and I'm here, and Tikpame is here, and the Marabajebo is here,
okay,
you have a problem.
Okay.
So you have to have a lot of fire extinguisher here because it burn up.
No, don't want fire.
We now be singing,
we don't want
burn it up.
But no.
Girl, have the help for you.
I thought you were a chief. I still dancing the whole Rocky
thing. Of course,
thing.
I'm a chief. That's a
Rocky
guy man.
chief. It's a guy man chief.
I'm a jog guy man. I like to have fun.
Thank you so much, Evaristus.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for
Thank
having
you. Much for having me too.
Well, that was my guest, Owelle Evaristus of the Honorable House of Parapo. We hope someday, sometime as we keep up going, that we'll have the full house of the Parapo come up on set with us to talk about some trendy issues, just like they have their own house.